Hey guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday, the 20th of November 2018. Thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today, and I'm using the wonderful Game of Thrones tarot, which has quickly become one of my favorite decks. So let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of. Okay. So we've got, what's her name? Daenerys twice here. So, Two of Spears is the Two of Wands, and it shows someone who is looking to the future. So in the show, in the story, Daenerys here, she's the last of her family, and she really wants to reclaim the throne, but she's on the other side of the world. It's a bit of a mission. It's really hard, but she doesn't give up, and she just plows on over obstacle and obstacle and obstacle. But ultimately, what got her going on this journey is this process of standing on a balcony, looking out to the future. And let's just say these dragons aren't even real yet. She's just imagining them because she's the mother of dragons in the story. So let's say she's looking out there and she's saying, hey, what if I got some dragons? And what if I try to reclaim the throne? And what about an army? And what's my future like? And what do I really want? And what she really wants is to reclaim the throne that her father sat on. He was murdered, and now there's someone else on it. So she wants that back. She feels it's her right. And that kind of decision is rattle-proof. I mean, you can't... If someone is that certain about this is my rightful place in the world, there's really no stopping that kind of decisiveness, and there's no stopping that kind of action that has no self-doubt in it at all. And if anyone in the show isn't crippled with self-doubt, it's this woman, Daenerys, because she just has this one goal in mind, and like a dog with a bone, she just goes, and she just sticks to it and keeps going. She just refuses to stop or to be stopped. Next, we've got the Nine of Swords, and we've got this poor wolf locked up. And these wolves are the pets of some of the characters in the show, and each of the Stark kids has one of these dire wolves. We've got 9 swords here at the back. So, and that blood red light coming in there. So obviously this is the danger of being killed, being murdered. Why would you be in a cage with these swords if one of them wasn't going to be used on you? So that's the worry, and it's excessive worry. That's what I get. So it's interesting that we've got the contrast between Daenerys, who doesn't doubt herself and who just moves forward, and then we've got this extreme card, which is really passive. The wolf can't do anything. He's locked up. His fate is sealed, and he's got to depend on what other people are going to do. Whether he's rescued or whether he's killed, it's out of his hand. He's powerless. The Nine of Swords is usually someone in bed with their head in their hand saying, oh my God, I'm so worried. It's the 3 or 4 in the morning where you're lying in bed and sweating and thinking, if I don't do this today, it's just painful. And the final card is the Nine of Coins. So the Nine of Coins is really the epitome of someone who takes responsibility for their own life, who's disciplined, who works hard, who is goal-oriented, and who has that ability to be single-minded. And that's really the gift today. You have a single-minded attitude towards something. This is what I want, and there's no question about it. I don't doubt that in any way. And it is my destiny to claim what is rightfully mine. And the Nine of Coins is a woman who is extremely disciplined. She trains these dragons. She gives birth to the dragons. But then the next stage is, how do I control these dragons, right? She masters that. So even as they get older, she has control of these huge beasts, and that takes a lot of effort and commitment. And she had a kind of, the relationship with the dragons wasn't just like, okay, they're my obedient little pets. It was up and down like most relationships, but she stuck with it, never gave up on them, never gave up on herself and her dream. And the Nine of Coins is a woman who, by doing all of these things, a side effect of that is that her life begins to work in the sense of her finances, her environment, and the levels of abundance that she's got in her life. So what the cards are saying today is that you have a really strong desire to move forward. There is an atmosphere of worry or maybe doubt or emotionally being unsettled, or maybe feeling like out of sorts, or you feel like there's too much emotionally going on and you're just like, oh, I wish things could just lighten up. The way to move through that is not to try and figure it out and to sit in the cage and to meditate and to think about which one of these swords is going to kill me. I mean, who cares? They're all the same thing. What's important is to figure a way out and to move forward. And a great way to do that, let's say this was an emotional cage, okay? You're in an emotional cage of doubt and fear. But that is really wonderful because it's at the center of this reading. And Daenerys is on either side, and she is the one person really who doesn't worry, I think. I mean, of course she worries about certain things, but her journey is just so miraculous, and so many people have tried to kill her that it's almost ridiculous that she's even still alive. So she doesn't let doubts, emotional cages stop her. She's not bound by rules or her past memories or disappointments. The future is always ahead. The best thing is always in front of her. And if the best thing is always in front of you and you work hard towards that, you take practical action, you're able to rely on your own desires more, and you learn how to overcome difficulties and self-doubt and worry by working and proving to yourself that you can make it, and then you can choose other goals that you want to pursue. Maybe another throne or another continent to conquer. But it's a great reading because it shows that there is the potential for worry. And you can't really resolve worry by thinking it through. Because worry is a meditation on the negative, and most of the things that we worry about don't come true. I would say 95% of the things we worry about really don't come true. The things that happen that are negative, they usually just appear, and we could have never even thought of those. So this is a great opportunity to free yourself, to liberate yourself by finding some sort of practical working skill, or setting a goal in terms of your daily routine, or setting a goal to make more money, or to be more prosperous, or to have a job that you enjoy more, or you make a plan to change your physical appearance. Maybe you want to have some plastic surgery done, or maybe you want to lose weight or gain weight, or tone up, or get a tan, or whatever it is. It's really about working on whatever it is that you have set your eyes on. Ignore the worry. Daenerys is really unbeatable. We'll have to wait for the last season, but so far, I think there are 8 seasons in the show, and really everyone, it's almost laughable because everyone tries to kill her, and she just gets out of every situation. Oh, the other thing is she's fireproof, so she's not harmed by fire. So obviously, being the mother of dragons, if your dragon sneezes or coughs or something and fire comes out, then if you're not immune to fire, that would be quite a difficult task as a dragon owner or as a dragon tamer. So what that means is that she's especially powerful and that she's been given natural shielding and resistance in the world so that she can face conflict, but not only face conflict, to come out victorious and to be successful and to be able to do things that other people can't do. So let's say you're really trying to get a house in England at the age of 20. And you look at the statistics, and the statistics say, oh, Generation Y, the millennials, have no money, and the average time they live with their parents is until the age of 30, and most millennials will find a house at 35, get a mortgage at 35. So those are the statistics, but you don't need to be a statistic. You can be the 20-year-old or 25-year-old who does get a mortgage. Because you're special, you're fireproof. They can throw whatever they want at you, you're not going down. She is really the epitome of just keeping on and keeping on over and over and over again, no matter how difficult things get. So it's great. It's hope. It's knowing that the future is better deep in your heart. It's knowing that you are skilled and that you can do it. It's knowing that you're really something special and that you've created a miraculous thing which no one else has. In the story, the dragons had died out for, I think, thousands of years. And she walked into this fire with these 3 petrified dragon eggs. I think petrified is the right word. They turned to stone. And these dragons came out. So that's something that, like, let's say the wolf wasn't on her side and he was like, okay, this Daenerys woman, I really don't like her. I want to bite her. And the wolf worries about a lot of things. What if I get killed? What if I don't find my tribe? What if the worst thing that could happen is if he decides to go after her and he didn't even worry about that, he would immediately be roasted by one of her pets, right? So it's another reminder that worrying is totally pointless today. And don't try and solve thinking problems at the level they were created by thinking them through, because you can't do that. You can't release a faulty thought by thinking about it. You can surrender it and you can hand it over, ignore it, and keep being practical and doing things despite worry or fear, such as the wonderful book by Susan Jeffers, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. If you take that approach today, you will find that you get some good news in terms of your daily life or your finances or your health. And that's the result of you setting goals and sidestepping this and going straight there. Not worrying or going through the worry and saying, oh, I'm afraid, but I'm going to do it anyway. You'll end up with a really lucky outcome on this day. In one of the areas of life purpose, work, daily routine, or physical health. 2 and 9 is 11, and 9 is 20. 20 reduces to 2 in numerology, and it shows up very rarely. 2 is about cooperation, and it's about relationship. We've got a 2 here, so 2 is also a doorway to move into another chapter of your life. We've got cooperation with yourself and having a relationship with yourself and saying, this is mine and I believe in myself so much that I can actually go there and achieve this. So look at your skills, not your feelings. Look at what you can do, not what could be. Be practical, be on the ground, on the front lines, being practical, working. If you're retired, work on something that you truly enjoy. It's not a day to sit around and worry because it will crush you. So the way out is to set new goals and to work hard and to see your own success. Have a wonderful day. If you would like a private reading with me, I use astrology, tarot, and numerology in my personal readings. The astrology chart I draw up by using your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. That gives me a blueprint of your soul. It shows me what your life purpose is, where you've been in past lifetimes, what your vocational aptitudes are, what's destined for you in money and romance and relationships and daily routine, career, personal development, spiritual progress, moving, friendships. I can answer any questions you may have. So if you are interested in having a reading, then please get in touch via the website, gregoryscott.com. If you like my videos, please hit subscribe, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.